I hope everyone can hear me well. Whoever, welcome, whoever comes in here. I'm about to just roll up before I go outside. But I wanted to record this message for myself to play back and look at. So, basically, I ended my day. If you on my TikTok, then you already probably saw the video for today. But I ended end of my day with the call from this one lady. Well, the one call before last that I had at work. And this lady kept emphasizing the need to, enjoy my youth. And as much as I agreed with her, I was trying to figure out what is a way that I can actually enjoy my youth while I still have it that I haven't done before. So it's been on my mind heavy, trying to figure out what is it that I want to do that I haven't done before. And then I went from, okay, maybe it's not so much about what I want to do, maybe it's more about what type of experience that I want to have that I have not had before. And then it goes back to the one thing that I know I've been wanting to experience for a very long time, which is really just being able to trust and know that I do have support in the physical realm. I am loved in the physical realm. There are people I can trust in the physical realm, and I do see that tide coming in very much so. Slowly but surely, there's been more and more affirmations of being able to trust more than ever at this time in my life. But the one thing that I did used to center myself on is getting a specific relationship together, getting everything organized and prioritized because I knew everything else would just fall in line. But that was like the one relationship that it was like, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? And I kind of got to a point now that I've been more so forced to walk alone and be alone and learning how to enjoy being alone. Now it's like I don't really have that craving anymore of wondering if it's going to work. Now it's just a matter of like, um, what do I want to experience in my lifetime? Like, where do I want to go? Who do I want to meet? What do I want to do? And with that being said, it's like I can have all these experiences. Like, that's what I was thinking at first. Like, what do I want to do in order for me to know that I'm experiencing the fullness of my youth? And then it was like, well, maybe it's more about experience, not so much about what I do. Because I just took a walk to the corner store and came back by myself, and I was just snacking on some peanut M&Ms, and something like that was just refreshing by itself. So then I'm like, okay, maybe it's not so much a who or what, maybe it's just the feeling that I want to have or the experience that I want to make for myself. And with the new moon and Cancer coming up, I'm like, this Cancer new moon is going to be all about initiating new ways to feel about something. And we have Venus squaring Uranus right now, which is eliciting for us to, respond to ways where we can be creative, where we can get rid of old stagnant energy when it comes to the relationship we have with life and our higher selves, or our relationship with the physical possessions that we have in our life, like changing our attitude towards it and becoming more aware of what those relationships actually do require, instead of just allowing stuff just to be the same old, same old. Like, this is a year more than ever that we need to be taking more creative action, more chances in life instead of just laying to the side and letting things just happen to us. Like, this is a year where the divine feminine energy is awakening. So everybody has to be on their P's and Q's. Everybody has to be aware enough of themselves to know what it is that they want to create in this life, because you can't leave it up to somebody else to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. So with this full moon Cancer comment, it's like, what are some new ways that I can, or what are some new emotions or feelings I would like to initiate into my own life by my own free will that will actually allow me to feel the joy of my youth that I still have and can carry on until, whatever day that is. Like, what is it in my youth that I have not experienced, but I've always wanted to? I've done a lot of creative things that I never got to do when I was younger, of course, but I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? I still got more life left to live. And a lot of people look up and it's a lot. The lady I was talking to was in her almost 80 years old. And I talk to a lot of people that's super, super up there in age in their 70s and 80s years old. And they always feel like they have to tell people who are younger than them to make sure they enjoy their life and live it to the fullest. Because when they got older, they realized it was so many things that they wanted to do or could have done with their youth that they just didn't have the courage to do. So they're trying to share that information with all of us younger folks to make sure that, yeah, you might be pushing 40 and you're no longer 10 years old, but that's still a long life you still have to live. It doesn't have to be cut so short to like, oh, I'm 40 or oh, I'm 50, like I'm old. And it's like, it's people that's 80, 90 years old that they're going to keep reminding us, like, that's not old. 40 years old, 30 years old is not old, not even close. Not even close, because it's people who have not been able to walk this earth because they didn't even make it that long. So being able to grow in age is a gift. It is a gift to live a long, beautiful life, and a lot of people take it for granted. So, with that being said, may this new moon in Cancer that's coming allow us the ability to experience what I call the gift of that nurturingness of life and growing in it, expanding in it, allow ourselves to birth something new, birth new energy come Monday, Tuesday with this new moon in Cancer. And Mercury is still retrograde, so there's a lot of things we're still reviewing, especially after this Jupiter and Cancer transit just ended. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the last 13 months that we probably never thought would actually happen that is requiring us to do a quick review. Look how far like you've come in your life, or look how much has changed in your life in the last 13 months. And if you haven't seen physical things change in your life, look at what has changed within you internally. Has there been any significant changes within yourself? That's usually the first indication that the physical reality is about to change when you notice that the inside of you is shifting. And a lot of people have been noticing it. A lot of women have been reporting or speaking on how their menses have changed for the month of June and things of that nature. Like there's a huge wave of energy that is helping the shift go along with all of you know, the volcanoes erupting and, the typhoon is here and then this big, massive double storm that might be creating over the Atlantic right now is also brewing. Like Earth is showing us very intentionally what necessary changes are going to be made and how it's going to affect people on this planet. Even with the heat rising over in, Europe, is people who can't even who did not survive that, regardless of how old they were. It's people who did not survive it. It's people who didn't survive 2020. Okay, but you're still here. Okay, I'm still here. Tisha Campbell, I'm still here. So may this new moon Cancer bring us some sort of relief in the journey that we're not living in the past anymore. We're in a whole new place right now, Toto. Like we left Kansas, we're in a whole new world now. And if people don't start realizing that we're in a whole new world right now, and the old world that died obviously in 2020 isn't going to be the same mentality that's going to move us forward. The more people start getting online with that perspective, the faster the necessary shifts that's already in motion are going to take place one after the other. And there's going to be major upgrades in health, major upgrades in technology, major upgrades with the medical community. But it can't happen without earth. It can't happen without the wisdom of old. It can't happen without nature. Nature always wins. And every time they try to count out nature, nature comes and reminds everyone that you are of nature. You're at the mercy of nature. Anytime something is going on, we're always at the mercy of what nature, Mother Nature, is going to do. Okay? Between Father Time and Mother Nature, we have our work cut out for us. Yes, we have free will. Yes, we have the ability to make the decisions we want to make in our lives. 10, 10. Yes, this is a time for new beginnings. Yes, this is a time for you to choose your new beginning because it will be chosen for you if you're not going to choose it yourself. And you're just going to get pushed around if you don't make the decision yourself. So it's very important that if you don't want to get pushed around and let somebody else make your decisions for you, this is the perfect time to do a renewal, especially with Venus square Uranus. Our values are changing. So the things that we once used to put on a high, high, high pedestal is now coming down a little bit more. And the thing about that is when we stop putting so much emotional hierarchy into things and they start to come down, that's basically also a signal that the universe is about to hand it to you. Um, in the physical reality. Because we've been daydreaming that, oh, this is so great, this is so this, or this person is so this and so that, and they very well may be, but the more that you lessen your dependence on the response 1111, the more you lessen that your life is going to change when this thing happened or when this person says something. The more that you put them down from off that pedestal, the easier it will be to manifest those desires in the physical reality. It's just that sometimes we get so afraid of doing that that we might equate that to meaning that we don't care anymore, and that's not really the case. The passion can still be there while we're still focused on, what's going on right in front of us in the present moment. So that was just a quick spiel that I had on me. I didn't really have too much I wanted to say. I'm really in the process of rolling up. So yeah, I just wanted to notate to myself in the future whenever I come back to this video that this was the day right before the new moon in Cancer starts, as we're having this Venus square Uranus with Jupiter coming into 4 degrees. That's going to trine over to Neptune retrograde, oppose Pluto at 4 degrees on the 19th, as well as Uranus still being at 4 degrees in Gemini. It's going to be a whole fire and air thing taking place. Lots of changes with the masculine energy. And the only way that the feminine energy is able to be seen making changes is through the masculine energy. So when the feminine side of you is intuiting and taking in information, it's giving it to you so that the masculine side of you can take action on it. So we see Earth going through her thing, going through her phases, going through her changes. We see the moon even go through changes every 28 days. It's so that we can take action on that energy that's being gifted to us through the unseen, the right brain. And the left brain is able to calculate what it means based on the language and symbolism of the unseen realm so that the physical realm can go ahead and do what it's supposed to do. So case in point, in a relationship, the more feminine gives the intuitive guidance to the masculine in the situation so that the masculine can go handle the situation. The feminine isn't, given the weight of the masculine to the masculine in order to boss it around or to dominate it. They're supposed to be working as a team. You cannot reproduce anything in this reality without having both the physical, I mean, not the physical, but the feminine and the masculine together. You have to have both in order to create something new. It takes two to make the three, and two automatically becomes four, no matter how you want to slice it. Okay? Okay, excuse me, baby. I told you to go in there. So, right now, we're in Cancer season. We're about to have a Cancer new moon. We're going to be moving forward into Leo season very, very swiftly in about a couple weeks. This is one of the longer Mercury retrogrades of the year. So, hold on, sweetie. So, it is going to be a retrograde for the books. If it hasn't been already, it's taking you to the past. And it's taking you back through the past, not in a very, it may not be in a very comforting way, but the Mercury retrograde in Cancer is taking you back through at least the last 13 months or even the last 13 years. But it's helping you to see what initiations emotionally have you made that has pushed you to be your best person, that has pushed you to do the things you really want to do, or have those moments happen and you still chose to turn away from it and go in the opposite direction and just ignore the nudge that spirit was giving you. Now, if you ignored the nudge that spirit was giving you, This is the opportunity to review why you're not listening. What are the fears, or what trepidation are you currently experiencing when spirit is trying to lead you into your exact path that you're supposed to be on, but because it feels new, there's hesitation. And you want to review why you're hesitating. You want to review what past emotional imprint has been placed on you in regards to starting things new, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, moving into a new place, a new city, new state, new country. What is it about new things that make you so afraid? And the new moon is going to help you to see how new things are not necessarily bad. Changes within a relationship that has been ongoing, and you hope it will also continue to be ongoing. Having shifts in those relationships as well does not necessarily mean that they're bad. Okay, the reason why we create boundaries and have boundaries within relationships is so to sustain the longevity of it. That's what Saturn is here for. Saturn is opposite energy of Cancer, right? And Saturn right now, when it comes to longevity and boundaries, is in Aries. Okay, it hasn't gone retrograde just yet. It will go retrograde on the 26th. But Saturn being in Aries with Neptune, which is currently retrograde, it's helping us to see whatever vision you have for yourself is exactly what is manifesting, and it's manifesting at a speed that, if you're unaware, could cause recklessness. So you want to have boundaries in place for yourself to protect yourself from making decisions that do not align with your higher path. And if this is your Saturn return, if you have Saturn Aries when you were born, this Saturn return is going to reinitiate you into the next level of awareness that you need to have. And it can hurt. It can feel like your life is in a stall. It can feel like you're moving and then you're taking 10 steps back. That's normal during the Saturn retrograde. It's like you're playing Tetris. It's like once you put the blocks down, you're trying to put it in a way where it's organized to allow you to eliminate what no longer works. So then it goes down and you have to start over. But that in Tetris, that's a good thing. It's a good thing because you're developing information that's helping you to eliminate what no longer needs to be there. And that's what Saturn in return is doing. It's helping you to eliminate things in your physical reality that's manifested in the last 30 years that no longer requires your attention. And the only way to make sure you understand that is by taking it out of your physical reality, out of your physical reach, and out of your mind, basically. So, with that being said, especially with the crybaby at this time who's very sticky, I'm gonna go ahead and end my life here. I know I've only been on less than 20 minutes, but I'm trying to do this a little bit more. But again, the thing that's been on my head, very, very much high, is since I still have my youth, what is it that I want to feel or experience that I have not yet experienced? And how can I incorporate that into my new moon ritual for Monday going into Tuesday when we have a new moon in Cancer? All right. Peace and love, y'all.